Welcome to ORUGoldeneagles.com. I'm Eric Scott here with head women's soccer coach Ryan Bush. Coach, you had one of the best seasons in program history with a 12-7-2 record, including 9 matches going into extra time. Talk about the heart of the team this year as you guys got into crunch time.
I think as a team and as a group, I think you're only as strong as your leadership. I think they're the foundation of the team and foundation of the group. And I think our leadership from our seniors this year was excellent, and I thought that really helped us in crunch time. They had a ton of confidence and a ton of composure whenever it came down to the end of the game, and they had to get the goals. But I thought more than that, I thought they had a ton of fight and they had a ton of heart. And I think it says something about the chemistry of the group. And again, I think it just reflects back to leadership and how well the seniors did. Getting the younger players to buy into the program as a whole and to buy into what we were trying to do as a group. So I would speak tons about I think it speaks tons about the chemistry of the group just as a whole.
Kind of along that line, you lost some key players in the back line this year that were seniors. How important was the leadership and experience for for the team's success this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Whenever we brought Lauren Parks and Allison Hall into the program 4 years ago, my assistant coach said they're a top 25 back line, and statistically all year long they were statistically ranked in the top 25 in a lot of categories, and they did an incredible job. And I mean, I think the leadership is the most important part of what they brought. But man, they are a very talented combo of players. And Allison's versatile; she can play all over. And I think Lauren is she's a pure back. They did an excellent job, I think, building that back line and leading that back line, and really got their teammates on board that we're going to do the best we can to keep teams off the board and to earn shutouts. And I think we had 10 or 11 this year that was right up there statistically, top 15 in the country. They did an incredible job back there just leading the group.
Despite losing that leadership, you have young players that gained a lot of experience on their own. How do you feel about the future of the program?
We're very excited. A year ago, I think we graduated 85% of our offense. This year, we're going to return, I think, all of it or most of it. I think that replacing, Lauren Parks and Allison Hall and Whitney Booth and Johanna Shepard, just their leadership and overall character. But I think the legacy that they left, what they did with the younger players and their leadership, and kind of the tone and example they set for those younger players was excellent. I expect great things from the younger players because they were with those older players and just because of their leadership. But I think the amount of talent that we return next year is the most amount of returning talent that we've had since I've been here. We return a lot of offense and a lot of players that have scored a lot of goals and put a lot of points on the board. So, I mean, we're excited. We've got to fill in some gaps and get things reorganized. And we'll kind of look at the personnel and see what type of systems and stuff like that we need to run next year. But I think just as far as a group returning, it's going to be an experienced group. But I think we have a lot of tools in the attacking part of the field returning, which we haven't had in the past.
Back in September, you all beat Oklahoma 1-0 in Norman, and it was the first victory over a Big 12 team since 2004 for the program. How big a win is it for a program like ORU?
Yeah, I think it's a great win. We've played a lot of Big 12 schools the last 5 years, and we've lost a lot of them by 1 goal, which was really frustrating. We talked to the girls a lot about getting over the top and what it takes to get over the top and what it takes to beat those teams. And sometimes I think you just got to step on the field and you've got to expect to win. I think this year, because of the leadership of the seniors, I thought they expected to win. It's a huge thing for the program to beat those teams and to prove that we can compete at that level, and I thought we proved it all year against teams at that caliber. Maybe they didn't have the name recognition like the University of Oklahoma, but we definitely played other teams that caliber and maybe beat them or took them into overtime. So I thought it was a huge thing. I think our strength and conditioning department has done an excellent job just in the weight room of preaching to them mentality, and really helping them to strengthen that part of their game, just the mental part of their game where they step on the field and they believe that they can physically and athletically compete with any team in the country.
And finally, you guys made a push for the conference finals, losing in the semifinals to Stephen F. Austin. Was there a moment during the season that you felt like this team could make a run for something special?
Yeah, we felt like that all year. And again, just going back to our senior leadership, they're such an impressive group of people. We knew that they were going to lead the group, and we knew it was going to be a strong year. We had all the components in place. I think it was a little bit unlucky that SFA was as good as they were this year. They finished the year number 26 in the country. And they happen to be in our conference this year, and we're very heavily senior laden. And I think they were the only thing that really got in the way. I thought, had we gotten to the national tournament, we proved that we could beat teams like University of Oklahoma, and we proved all year that we could compete with, top 50 schools. So we could have got in and won games, and I think we felt all year it was like we win the right game at the right time, and we get in, we're going to have a chance to do something. So we had a lot of confidence in them.
All right. Well, Coach, congrats on a successful season, and thanks for joining us on ORUGoldeneagles.com.